and welcome to Ursprung Gymnasium, where we are here for the home opener for your Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets against Case Western Reserve. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm Jason Lacey, joined by my partner Cooper Moritz. How are you doing?
I'm great, Jason. Happy to be here.
Excited to be here, and we're right into action as Signe Clark comes in on the fast break layup, and that's 2 for Baldwin Wallace. BW is up 7-0 here at home against Case Western.
Yeah, they already forced Case call a quick early timeout. Certainly turning up the pressure against them early on here.
Janaea Feaster goes and attempts to lay up. It is no good. Rebounded by Roth for Case Western. The pass is to Hellman. Hellman drives right. And they are going to get Katie Smith, the sophomore guard, on the foul. Subs checking in for BW, Alyssa Monroe, along with number 15, Hannah Fecht. Number 42 checks in for Case Western Reserve, Darby Kranberg, and she checks in for Hillary Hellman.
Yeah, Monroe was one of their top shooters last year. She's looking to bring that back this year again.
Yeah, Monroe, one of those players that comes off the bench and is very impactful. The only active player right now with 500 or more points. I believe she has 508, and as a bench player, has always been an impactful player. Her along with Janaea Feaster, who come in with so much energy off that bench. As the pass is to the top, that's Roth. She drives out, kicks it, and the basket is good for 3. Jessica McCoy, 7-3.
Really good ball movement there by Case. They worked it around, they got it inside, and they kicked it back out, swung it back around, and got a 3-point basket out of it.
And their first bucket coming here with 5:30 remaining in the first quarter. BW swinging the ball. That's Feaster on the wing with it. Driving baseline. She beats the defender and draws the foul. Janaea Feaster with a strong drive to the cup. That foul is on number 2, Kara Hagman. Janaea Feaster going to the line for the Yellow Jackets. Last year from the line, Janaea Feaster shot 66%. She sinks the first one. Subs for BW, number 33 checks in, along with number 32, Alex Starr. Number 33, that's Megan Schubert, the sophomore forward out of Ayersville, as Feaster misses the second free throw.
Yeah, Coach Hare likes to really use those subs. She almost runs a platoon system. I mean, getting a lot of girls in. They get a lot of playing time, and I think that's one of the reasons why she's had so much success over the last 26 years. You know, she gets a lot of girls in and builds them from an early age. Yeah,
Sherry Hare, the head coach for Baldwin Wallace, entering her 26th season, has a career record of 510 and 186. As the Yellow Jackets head coach, the Yellow Jackets are currently ranked 25 in D3 basketball for women's basketball and tied for second in the conference with Ohio Northern as Case turns the ball over.
Yeah, I believe Capital was picked to win the OAC this year. Definitely, Coach Hare is looking to build off that OAC championship last year, along with that a 13th NCAA appearance last year.
And I know something that me and Cooper were talking about before the game, and that foul is on Case Western Reserve against their captain, number 11, Emily Young. But as I was saying before the game, BW just rotates their players so much, and you see Sherry Hare put in so many different players so quick into the game. And this Case Western team with only 9 girls dressed, only 8 girls played last game, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out with so many bodies on this Yellow Jackets basketball team.
Definitely, you would think that it would wear Case down.
And that's Alyssa Monroe missing a 3. Not something you usually see from her, as she's a sure shot from the 3-point line. Usually only 33% on the year last year, but definitely will look to improve on that here in her senior year.
Yeah, you definitely think Alyssa's going to contribute to the team in a big way this year. I mean, someone's going to have to step up after you lose Audrey Smolik and Sharon Mangus. Audrey averaged 13.2 points a game, and Sherry averaged 8 points a game. So that was almost 33% of their scoring last year that needs to be accounted for this year.
Kara Hagman for the 3. for Case Western. They are now up 9-8 here with 3:38 and counting in the first quarter. Big change for the women's basketball this year, quarters instead of halves. That's a strong move and a foul drawn by number 32, Alex Starr, the freshman forward, 5'8" out of Millersburg, West Holmes. That first shot is up and good. Subs in the game for BW, number 22, Rachel Hommendorf, and for Case Western, number 12, Alex Ambergy. And that second free throw is good. Alex Starr goes 2 for 2 from the line. Case is advancing the ball. Roth drives out. She kicks it to Ambergy. Ambergy's top to Hagman. Hagman kicks it to Young. Young drives. The shot is up and no good, but rebounded by Hagman. Second chance three is no good for Alex Ambergy, and the rebound is BW. Colombo's running. Takes a screen from Moreau. Drives, draws some contact. The layup is no good. Rebound to Roth for Case.
That's something we saw from her a lot last year. She's really good about using those screens and getting into the lane, whether that's putting up a shot or dishing off to one of her teammates.
Yeah, BW has a selection of quick guards between Katie Smith, Janaea Feaster, and Mackenzie Colombo. Definitely look to press the ball as Colombo presses the ball here for the offense.
Yeah, Colombo, she's started every game in her career since she's been at BW, so definitely look for her to add leadership with Smolik and Mangus being out this year.
Foul awarded to number 21, Gabby Wallach, I believe, or maybe, no, I think that was 12, Alexis Ambergy, who that foul was awarded to. And subs for BW, number 5, Katie Smith checks back in the game along with their captain, number 25, Sydney Clark. Lemon rotates the ball to Clark. Clark sees a pass, he drives, and sweep off the glass. Floater by Sydney Clark.
That was a great play to get Sydney Clark open for some room on the right side there. They kind of overloaded the left side and let her do her own thing over on the right side, and it paid off.
And I think the first of many points here today for Sydney Clark, as she is such a key player and very explosive for this Yellow Jackets offense. Entry pass to Lemon, she kicks it out. Jessica McCoy shoots and misses, and we're going to get an over-the-back foul here on BW.
That's something Lemon does really well. I mean, she looks for her other teammates when she doesn't, and when she gets it in the post, and she's able to find her in the corner there for an open shot.
Yeah, Lemon, one of the bigger players on this Yellow Jackets team at 5'11", but as you mentioned, great vision, and when she grabs the ball off the glass, she can advance it and start a great offensive possession and move the ball for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, last year she averaged 7.8 points a game and 6.6 rebounds a game, so she's definitely looking to improve on that this year.
And one of the key returners, as are many for this Yellow Jackets offense. Resetting the lineups, it's Feaster along with Lemon, Clark, Smith, and rounding that off is Fetch to round it off for BW. Layup is up and no good for Case. Feaster gets the rebound and she's pushing. Ball is up and almost good. No good for Feaster. The foul will be awarded to Darby Krienberg, the freshman center out of Rochester, New York. Janaea with her second attempt at the line today. Make it 3 for 3 for Feaster. The senior guard, 5'6", out of Akron Hoban. And she's been a key player her whole career here as she comes off the bench, and as I mentioned, does such a great job of keeping the energy up and pressing the ball as she makes that second free throw, and is definitely one of those players off the bench that you would just love to have as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. That was BW's 6th free throw of the game already, so definitely get some easy points here early on in the game.
Lemon takes the steal, and as I mentioned, she's pushing it. Nice bounce pass to her wingman, Womerdorf. She swings it to Clark. Clark the Lemon. And that's an open shot for Katie Smith. A little too much on it. The rebound goes to McCoy. Emily Young with the drive, loses the ball. She jumps on it. It's going to be a jump ball, and I believe the possession arrow is to Case. So 14-9 here with 37.6 seconds left in the opening quarter of the season opener here for these Yellow Jackets. Ball is inbounded. It's up, and Hillary Hellman misses the layup. Clara Lemon grabs. She passes it to Smith. Smith dribbles. Lemon takes the ball on the wing. She passes it to Feaster. This BW offense doing a great job of moving the ball and moving without the ball as Katie Smith goes up and the ball is blocked by Darby Krenberg. Subs for BW. Number 22, Womendorf will check out, and in for her will be Alex Starr, the freshman forward. Feaster's the inbound. And a 5-second call. Great defense by Case Western. And BW tried to construct a play there to get some of their shooters open, and nice defense from Case, and they have the ball running with 11 seconds and counting here. The ball's up top to Hellman. She passes to Young. Jab step. Shot is up and no good by Jessica McCoy as she tries to beat the buzzer. And your score here today in Ursprung Gymnasium, 14-9 in favor of the Yellow Jackets.
Certainly a good start for the Yellow Jackets. I mean, they got to the free throw line, they hit a couple open shots. Defensively, they held to Case to 9 points. So you think if they keep this up, I mean, it'll result in a victory.
Yeah, definitely. And as I mentioned, definitely interested in seeing how the different wins will work for the different teams. Is sometimes not rotating a lot of players isn't necessarily a bad thing, and you have some of these girls that come out here and are energy players that like to stay on the court and kind of get into the rhythm of things. And as for BW, these girls are used to coming in and getting quick blows, being able to come out of the game early and keep their legs. So definitely two different styles of play for these teams, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, as for Case, I mean, like Jason said, they only have nine girls. They played 8 the other night against Denison when they opened up their season with a 61-56 loss to them. In that game, they played 4 freshmen, so certainly still the learning curve for Case that they still have a lot to learn, those 4 young freshmen. As far as those freshmen go, they start one, Hillary Hellman. They have a sophomore, 2 juniors, and a senior. And that's it for them, which, as Jason said, it'll be interesting to see how those 8 girls play again tonight.
And definitely still in the game here, 14-9 as we kick off this second quarter. BW is moving the ball as they do so beautifully here. Passes to the wing, that's 32, Alex Starr. She passes to Feaster. She's got a screen from Clark. Looking for Clark, this good defense by Case Western. Number 5, Katie Smith comes around the wing, passes to Lemon. The shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Hellman. Hellman's pushing. She looks. She's got Young. Young sees her screen. She doesn't like it. Hellman's at the wing. Passes to Ambergy. McCoy has the ball up top. She's driving. She's got a step. Passes to Ambergy. The shot is graceful off the rim and good.
Nice driving dish right there by Case.
Doran Heirenberg with that last bucket for Case Western. Sydney Clark with a nice move. A layup is up and too strong. She gets a second chance and the bucket is good. Credit that tip out to Clara Lemon on the offensive rebound, and Sydney Clark cleans up her mess a little bit.
She does that so well. I mean, that's one thing this team is going to have to rely on a little bit this year as she draws a foul there. Going back, Clark got in the lane really, really easy there and was able to allow Clara Lemon to rebound and then get 2 points out of it.
Quick stats from the first quarter. Kara Hagman leads the way for Case Western with 6 total points. She's got 3 rebounds. She's 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 2 of 5 from the field. And for BW, leading the way, Sydney Clark, 6 points. She's got 1 total rebound, and she's 3 of 3, a perfect 100%. Will make that 3 of 4 with that missed layup on the day. Sydney Clark has the ball here on the elbow. She passes. Smith drives. Nice hesitation move. She pulls up, and that's a nice mid-range pull-up, something that you like to see from one of your guards.
Absolutely. She read the defense, read it well, and she got a great shot out of it.
In the mid-range game, something that you could maybe call played out in women's basketball a little bit. As a steal for BW, the ball is pressed up. And Alex Starr makes the steal and draws the foul as she'll get back to the line here today.
Yeah, interesting point on Case. Case is without one of their co-captains, Laura Mummy. She injured her left foot. I'm not sure if that was before the season or prior to today's game, but I know that she did not play the other night against Denison. Last year she averaged 10.6 points a game, so they will definitely be missing that until she is back.
Resetting the lineup on the floor for BW. It's Hellis, Colombo, Monroe, Wommeldorf, and at the line right now, number 32, Alex Starr, who hits her second of 2 free throws. For Case Western, resetting the lineup, Hellman, Roth, along with Ambergy, and it looks like number 2, Kara Hagman, the leading scorer right now on the floor for Case. And the swing is to Ambergy. She kicks it to the wing. Roth kicks it to the top of the key. McCoy pump fakes. She drives and kicks it back to Ambergy. Shot clock's at 5, and that's a nice block from Alyssa Monroe, and that is Yellow Jackets ball.
That was a really good defensive possession by Baldwin Wallace there. They were helping in the lane. They helped over to, on Alyssa. They ended up getting a block, and it turns out to be their ball.
Colombo brings the ball up court. She's getting some pressure D on the play by McCoy.
She does such a good job of handling pressure.
She does, and as she was getting pressured on the play, that layup is up and almost in, just out by Alex Starr. Hagman in the post. She makes a nice post move, but some great D is being played there. BW looks to push. Monroe slows it down. The kicks to Hellis. Nice step back. 3 just short. Another rebound for Hillary Hellman, who's been nice on the glass here today. Shot is up and no good from Jessica McCoy. Hellis on the rebound, and she's looking to push. Pass to the post, too hard for Jessica McCoy.
Looks like we have a foul first. We'll hold.
We do have a hold.
Hold on, I believe it's number 2, Kara Hagman.
Sydney Clark checks in for Alex Starr. Colombo to inbound, 19-11 here with 6:36 remaining in the second quarter. Hellis drives, and she's going to draw the blocking foul from Hillary Hellman. Just a reminder, today's Yellow Jacket basketball game is being brought to you by Dan Andrews and the Olympic Forest Products, a global recycle company, along with Domino's Pizza. Call us in Berea, 440-891-0030, or go online and order at www.domino's.com. Mackenzie Colombo to inbound. She's got Hellis in the post. Hellis looks to Clark. Clark drives, and a sweet little floater goes for Clark. 21-11, BW up 10 here.
You think Case needs to stop this run here with a bucket. They need something. They haven't gotten anything in the last couple possessions. They need something to stop the bleeding.
Definitely doing. BW's playing some intense defense, as they always do. They talk and rotate so well that there's a drive from Hagman. She draws a foul, and she'll be going to the line for 2. I believe they're going to get Womendorf on that foul.
Yeah, it was pretty good rotation by Colombo there to seal her off, but it looked like there was a foul called beforehand.
Carrie Hagman, the sophomore forward, 5'11", got a Pennington, New Jersey, attended Hopewell Valley Central.
Yeah, last game she had 11 points and 11 rebounds to go along with 5 assists and 5 steals. So definitely something of what you would call a stat sheet stuffer.
Definitely, and she's leading the way here today for Case Western as she knocks down 2 of 2 free throws. Colombo pushes. She's got Hellison on the wing. Hellis pass to Womerdorf. Womerdorf is down, and the basket is up and good. That's Katie Swanson, who just checked in the game, the sophomore guard out of St. Edward's Central Catholic. Ambergy's got the ball. The pass is into Hellman. Nice defense on the post. Case is swinging it. The pass is mishandled, but recovered again by Ambergy. Roth's on the wing. Passes it back to Hellman. That's Hagman in the post. I think she walked a little bit there, and that's one too many steps and another turnover for Case. And BW's taking the ball, and we got some subs here. Janaea Feaster is going to check in for Mackenzie Colombo, and then Hannah Fecht is going to check in for Allison Hellis. And a timeout for Case Western Reserve with 5:21 remaining. BW up 23-13.
Much needed timeout for Case. I mean, offensively, they haven't had much success. I mean, BW has really frustrated them on the offensive end. So I think they need to talk some things over and re-strategize.
Yeah, Case needs to find a way to, I feel like, get some easier buckets in the paint. I feel like they're forcing a lot of buckets, a lot of plays in the post that are deflected and balls are getting tipped. I think if you work your offense a little bit, get some off-ball movement, get some off-ball screens, and get some easier buckets, then you can work your way into getting those rhythm buckets in the paint.
Yeah, I think we have to credit BW a lot, too. I mean, I think they're obviously the reason that Case hasn't been able to do much on offense. So credit them and what they're doing with their rotations and their help.
And here we're out of this timeout. Janaea Feaster is dribbling the ball up court, being guarded by Ambergy. The pass is to Fecht. She kicks it to Clark. Womerdorf drives. The ball is deflected, and BW will retain possession with 13 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, you said earlier how BW plays a lot of girls, especially a lot of freshmen here. It seems like it'll be interesting to see how they fill in for Erin Allen and Allie Dehart, both seniors that are injured right now. I'm not sure on what their injuries are, but definitely some younger classmen are going to have to fill those roles in.
Yeah, definitely two key players, and when they get back, this BW team will just get that much better. And correct me if I'm mistaken, but I believe 12 players have already played for the Jackets as Fex grabs the steal here, and that's going to be a travel as Katie Swanson whipped for the pump fake. We have another sub here. Clara Lemon checks in for the Jackets. In for Case Western, that's number 22, Jessica McCoy.
Jessica McCoy, she's a junior. She had 8 points, 2 steals, and 5 rebounds last game against Denison. So certainly she, with that small lineup, she'll be dependent on to be that second or third scorer.
And that last game out in Denison, a loss for Case Western, 63-57. Emily Young led the way for them with 13 points. And you mentioned big game for Kara Hagman, 11 points and 11 rebounds as Case continues to struggle to put the ball in the basket here. That's a nice pump fake by Hagman. She kicks it to Young. Young shoots the 3, and it's all air. BW will get the ball back here, and more struggles for Case Western to score the ball. And as you mentioned, credit the BW's defense.
You know, one thing they've done an okay job at tonight is they've rebounded the ball offensively pretty well. They've gotten quite a few second chance points against this Yellow Jacket defense, so that's something that the Yellow Jackets need to work on going forward.
Definitely a lot of second chance points, and I know what they always say is Janaea Finster sinks the 3. The best time to shoot is off of offensive rebounding.
Absolutely.
Case Western definitely not taking advantage of that here today as Janaea Finster's 3 makes that league 13 for the Yellow Jackets. That's a drive by Rawls. She kicks it to Hellman. Hellman's shot is up and no good. And there's another one of those hustle rebounds for Hellman. She puts up the mid-range jumper. And I hate to say I told you so, but right off the offensive rebound, Hellman sinks the mid-range jumper. That's a nice drive and step. The bucket's no good for Katie Swanson. Clara Lemon with the rebound. Pass intended for Sydney Clark is intercepted by Hellman. She passes to Hagman. Hagan saves the ball. The pass is up to McCoy. McCoy finds Young in the corner. Back to McCoy. 13 remaining on the shot clock. Young up top. She drives. That pass is deflected by Clara Lemon, and Janaea Feaster's going to go on the break. She's got some shifty moves. She goes to the left. The layup is just off. She comes back, and a hustle play for Janaea Feaster. She comes back and steals the ball right back.
Yeah, it was a great hustle by her. I think she forced the first shot, but hey, she got it back with some good hustle there after the Case fast break.
And Feaster on the wing. She swings it. Fetch swings it back to Feaster. She's got Clark in the corner. 9 left on the shot clock. Swanson is blocked by McCoy. Ball's in the hands of Roth. Roth kicks to Hagman. Hagman's going to go all the way. She kicks it out. Nice pump fake by McCoy. She drives, gets contact. No foul, but she'll get the bucket. And we're going to get a timeout, BW.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good sequence for Baldwin Wallace there. Offensively, they kept it on one side of the floor. They didn't get a lot of movement. And then on the defensive end, they go for a shot fake. The Case gets an easy drive, and it looks like what could have been a foul, but she ended up just getting a layup instead. So definitely a needed timeout for Coach Hare. Definitely
could have been an and-one. No call on the play. A little bit of contact, and that's the type of ball I like to see play. Let these girls play a little bit. The game definitely gets physical in the paint, as we have seen here today. And free throw deficit, as we're looking at some stats right now. 6 for 8 for Baldwin Wallace, 75%. Only 2 free throws for Case. They've made them both 100% from the free throw line.
Yeah, you look at that Baldwin Wallace defense holding Case to 6 of 30 from the floor. That's not going to win you too many games. They're only shooting 20%.
Definitely not anything that you want to see if you're a coach, and she'll be talking to them about that at halftime with 1:30 remaining here in the half. Clara Lemon's shot is up and blocked by Hagman.
Really
That's a nice defensive play.
Really good pass by Sydney Clark to get it to her, though. The Hagman made a great defensive play.
That is a nice entry pass, and something that we will see a lot of today, as Clara Lemon gets a lot of ISO post-ups in the post. The pass is up to Katie Smith. Colombo drives. That's a mid-range shot. It's no good. Rebound is mishandled by Lemon and right into the hands of Young. Roth on the corner. She passes to Hellman, and they're going to get Katie Smith on a reach in there as she tries to help her friend out on the drive.
Yeah, that was an easy call for the ref there. She swiped in, and she made some contact with Case.
And while we have a break here, the Yellow Jackets basketball is being brought to you by the Oriole Cafe, a great place for sports located at 294 North Rocky River Drive in less than 2 minutes from campus. Also brought to you by the Hoffman Group for all of you insurance and risk management leads. The Hoffman Group. And Hellman drives, and a late whistle. They're going to get Allison Hellis on a block.
She may have been in the circle there. I'm not sure. I couldn't really see it from my view, but if she was, that's an easy call for the ref.
Yeah, heels were definitely in the circle as she attempted to draw a charge and just a little bit inside the restricted zone. And free throw was up and good for Hillary Hellman. Hillary Hellman, a 5'10" freshman out of Lake Park, Kentucky. She attended Notre Dame Academy. 1 of 9 from the field today. 4 points on the day, and 26-21 lead for this Yellow Jackets women. Colombo up top. She's swinging. That shot is up. And Alex Starr hits the 3. 10-point lead for the Jackets here with 47 and ticking.
That was a much-needed 3 by BW, because we credit BW for playing some pretty good defense, but hey, Case has been right there with BW forcing some tough shots, and they were creeping back into this game, but BW extends their lead to 10.
Yeah, definitely some forced shots for both of these teams here today, as we're seeing a nice interior defense.
Looks like they have a 2-3 zone going, probably to match up with all the shooters that BW has.
And now they're forcing BW to pass the ball. As we know, the only way to beat the 2-3 is with passes, and Elmo's beat there as Allison Hellis barely off on that 3, and Hagman's here going to push it on the fast break with 19 seconds remaining. McCoy's shot is up and good. 29-22 Yellow Jackets with 11 and ticking remaining. Columbus is going to kick to Hellis. Hellis holds the ball on the wing. It's to Clark. She dribbles right, crosses over left. McKenzie dribbles and shot is up and off the backboard, and a nice way to end the half if you're Case Western reserve. Jessica McCoy with the last second 3 here, making the score 29-22 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're BW, I think you have to be happy with the way you played defensively there in the first half. For Case, I don't know what the exact numbers are, but at one time you were only shooting 6 for 30 from the floor, and certainly that had something to do with BW. But offensively, I think both teams could improve. There in the second quarter, I think Case held BW to 15 points, so they did a better job defensively, making some tougher shots for BW. I think we'll definitely see some adjustments here in the second half from both coaches.
Definitely. Me and my partner Cooper here, we're going to take 5 along with these teams. We will be back with you guys shortly for a brief halftime show and then the rest of this game. Welcome back here to Ursprung Gymnasium. I'm here with my partner Cooper. We're enjoying ourselves here at the women basketball game and bring some brief stats to you. Just going over a key player for Case Western. Looking at Jessica McCoy, she's really been doing it for them, and she hit that three with about 30 seconds remaining in the half to make the score 29-22, a big three for her. She's 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. She's got 5 total rebounds, 8 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. So I feel like definitely a complete game for her. Cooper, what you got for BW?
Yeah, as far as BW goes, I think you got to look to Sydney Clark. She also has 8 points. She's played 16 minutes. That's the most of any Yellow Jacket tonight. She's got 1 block and a steal, so she's definitely filling that stat sheet.
Looking at some other stats here today, the field goal percentage for Case Western, as we've mentioned, 22.6%, 7 for 31 from the field. From the three-point line, 4 of 11, 36.4, a little better. And then from the free throw line, they are the best, 4 of 4 for 100%.
Yeah, for BW, similar stats, except they're 10 for 30 from the field. That's 33%. The same goes for the three-point line. They're 3 for 9. And Case really limited them on their free throws in the second quarter. I'm pretty sure they shot all 8 of their free throws there in the first quarter. So BW is still 6 of 8 from the line for 75%.
Yeah, looking at the discrepancy in the rebounding category, Case Western with 29 total rebounds, 18 defensive and 11 offensive. BW with only 16 total rebounds. So Case has more defensive rebounds than BW has total. BW with just 3 offensive rebounds and 13 defensive rebounds. Definitely something I'm seeing as a big thing that's going to have to change if BW's going to want to kick forward and finish out this game.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting to see, because last game Case gave up 30 points and 21 rebounds to Denison's top player, Jordan Holmes. So definitely something that they've made an adjustment to in the last few days. Really working both ends of the rebounding spectrum.
Definitely looking for BW on the positive side for them. 8 steals already here today. I believe last time out, Case Western had 16 turnovers. They only had 12 steals, though. They've got 1 steal here in this first half. So definitely look to see Case Western get a little more handsy. But as you mentioned, BW's guards do a great job of taking care of the ball, and I think it's going to come down to continuing to make smart decisions and keeping the ball out of Case Western's hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as for BW, I mean, you look, they have 8 steals and 4 blocks, so they're certainly making it tough for Case there on the defensive end. I think you'll continue to see that there in the second half unless Case makes some sort of adjustment. As far as BW goes on the offensive end, I think they got away from what they were doing in the first quarter. They were really moving the ball, really getting some good looks. I think there in the second quarter they forced a few shots. They forced some quick shots. And credit Case for picking up the intensity and forcing some of those errors.
Give me a key player for BW that you feel like needs to step their game up here in the second half for BW be able to push out this win.
I think you look to one of the captains, Mackenzie Colombo. She's 0 for 4 from the field and 0 for 2 from the three-point line. She hasn't scored yet, so I think it'll be a theme throughout the whole year. BW will go where she takes them to.
Yeah, for me, looking at Case Western, I'm going to go with Emily Young, who is a captain for that team as well, and she led them last time out with 13 points and shot 55% from the field, which is excellent. But here on the day-to-day, 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from 3, obviously 0%. She has 3 rebounds, 0 total points, and 17 minutes, which is tied for second most on that team besides Alex Ross, who has played 19. So I think for them to get going, they need some work from their captain, and they need the points. As we mentioned, Case has been lacking offense, and this BW defense has been locking them up in the paint and from the perimeter. 4 of 11 from the three-point line, which actually isn't bad looking at how they shot in the interior. So I definitely think that Emily Young needs to pick up her game here for them to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams are still having some issues with some early season struggles. You know, this is the first game for Baldwin Wallace. Still working out some kinks. As far as Case, it's their second game. But as I said before, I mean, they've played 4 freshmen last game, and they've played 3 tonight. So I still think that there's still a big learning curve for them. Earlier today, I mentioned that one of their senior captains, Laura Mummy, is out, so that certainly hurts them on the offensive end. Their other senior, as Jason just mentioned, Emily Young, needs to step up here in the second half. As far as the other two go, you got Kara Hegman, who's really leading the way with her and Jess McCoy points-wise. They have 16 of the 22 total points, so definitely look for them to continue something on the offensive end in the second half.
I definitely look to see more from the two-headed all-OAC monster and Sydney Clark and Claire Lemon in the front court for BW today. Just to reset you real quick, I know we got started light. Your officials are Calhoun Thompson, Bob Domenico, and Pat Campbell on the day. And another reminder, today's basketball game is being brought to you by Ohio Education Credit Union. Gain the advantage. The Ohio Education Credit Union offers convenience, trust, and value. Build your future today. Also brought to you by Medical Mutual of Ohio. Medical Mutual is a health care provider of Baldwin Wallace University. The Cleveland Clinic Sports Health Division, the health care provider for BW Athletics. And also Parkway Auto Care in Berea, Strongsville, Express Tire and Auto Service in Montville. We serve the southwestern suburbs of Greater Cleveland. Getting ready to kick off this second half. BW has a 7-point lead, 29-22 over the visiting Case Western Reserves, who come into this game 0-1 after a loss to Denison. Emily Young to inbound the ball for Case, and she inbounds it. Hagman with an early possible turnover, a hustle play to get on the floor, and that ball is taken by Katie Smith for BW.
Yeah, you see BW leaving right where they left off from the first half, cranking up that defensive pressure.
And something you love to see, and that's your girls getting on the floor and making those hustle plays. Sydney Clark on the wing. She swings it to Katie Smith. She drives. She's got a lane. The floater is up and good. Katie Smith with the first bucket here for the Yellow Jackets, 31-22. BW takes an early offensive possession and makes it a bucket.
Yeah, you love to see that if you're Coach Hare. I mean, you probably drew that up at halftime. You execute and you get a bucket out of it.
And there's a three-point bucket there from Kara Hagman. And she's been so impactful here in this game, keeping up the scoring with this team. Katie Smith with the cross-court overhead to Sydney Clark. That pass is too short, and number 22, Jessica McCoy on the rebound, runs into Sydney Clark, and they're going to get her for the block. Not really a lot of foul trouble in this game here today. Carrie Hagman with 2 fouls for Case Western, along with Emily Young having 2 for them. That pass is turned over and passed out of bounds by Jessica McCoy, intended for number 11, Emily Young.
Yeah, sloppy offense still for Case Western early on here in the second half. If they want to win this game, they got to do something different offensively.
And something that you never want to see. If your offense isn't working well, there's no way you can get working if you're continuing to turn the ball over and giving BW opportunities like that. Sydney Clark on the mid-range shot. That's money, 33-25. BW leads. Passes to McCoy on the wing. She's looking for Hagman in the post. She has her. Hagman finds Hellman at the three-point line. That shot is up and no good. Clark with the rebound. Clark's looking to push. She gets it to Colombo. And Case is sitting in this 2-3 zone right now, and BW is going to have to pass the ball if they want to break this. That's not the way to pass it, right through the middle. That's a turnover for Sydney Clark, and Roth is pushing. She's up, and that's a nice way to make up for the turnover. Blocked by Sydney Clark. and she retains possession for BW. She's pushing. She's got Katie Smith on the wing. That three is up, and it is good. A three-point basket for Katie Smith, the sophomore guard out of Fairview.
Yeah, it was a great push by Sydney Clark after that big block. She finds it. She draws a couple defenders, kicks it out to Katie Smith for the open shot. And Katie Smith has been the leading scorer here in the second half so far. And
that's something that you love to see from one of your captain forwards, being able to grab that rebound, make the block, grab the rebound, drive the ball down, and kick it to one of her teammates and get a great shot.
And then here on the other end, she draws a foul on number 23, Alex Roth.
So hustle, and as I mentioned at halftime, some more leadership from they all OAC forward and Sydney Clark, substitute for Case Western. That's Alexis Ambergy checking in the game for Hillary Hellman. Colombo's advancing the ball. She passes it. Sydney Clark gets it back to Colombo. She's got Katie Smith again in the corner. Make it two in a row. Another three for Katie Smith, and she's heating up here in this second half, and she's getting some open looks. Hagman matches the three on the other end.
That was a much-needed bucket by Case there. Katie Hagman with a great shot to match Katie Smith's three-pointer on the other end.
Much needed indeed. BW is setting up their offense, and they've got a post up. The pass intended for Womerdorf is intercepted, but Clara Lemon with the hustle play right into the hands of Katie Smith.
That's the second time this half that Sydney Clark has forced a pass and almost turns it over there again. She needs to control the ball a little bit better to give BW some more chances.
Mackenzie Colombo, the three is up and good, and BW is on fire from three in this second half, as that's three-point baskets in a row. 42-28 with just under 6 minutes, and that's a charge against Case Western reserve. Young, and Colombo takes a charge on the defensive end, and that's something that you got to love to see. Hit the three on the offensive end, hustle down, and get the position to draw a charge as Alyssa Monroe checks into the game.
Yeah, it was a great sequence by Colombo there. She hits a big shot on one end to match Case's three on the other end, and then she gets a big-time charge on the defensive end.
Big-time charge from the junior guard out of Strasburg. And Clara Lemon swinging the ball around to Monroe, to Clark. Clark's looking into the paint. She decides to drill it herself. She's got a layup. It's up and no good. Rebound goes to Young. Young advances to Hagman. She gets a nice pass. Excellent pass by Hagman to find Jessica McCoy for 2 points, and shuts that lead down to 12 points for the Yellow Jackets. Katie Smith gets a step. She's got contact. The bucket's up and one. Katie Smith is on fire here in the second half. The and one bucket awaiting this free throw attempt. She's been one of, actually these are her first free throw attempts of the day.
You know, I think if your coach here, as you get Case to call a timeout there, if your coach here, I think you love to see that out of Katie Smith. I mean, I mentioned before Audrey Smolik and Sherry Mangus. You lose them to graduation last year. And I think Sherry was really looking for that fourth scorer behind Colombo, Clark, and Lemon. You know, I think that's a very good sign early on in the year so far that there's those points that Smolik and Mangus had last year will be filled by, it seems to be Katie Smith.
Yeah, Katie Smith is coming on strong here now with 12 points, awaiting this free throw attempt, and coming on strong for Case Western, Kara Hagman with 14 points. And as you mentioned, a big three to answer Mackenzie's Colombo's three for the Yellow Jackets, and keeping them within 14 points right now.
Yeah, as far as Case goes, you have Hagman at 14 and McCoy at 10, so they have 24 over 30 points for Case. So kind of like I was just talking about BW, you know, you have to have a third or fourth scorer, which is tough. I mean, when you have so many young girls on the team, and your one of your key players, Laura Mummy, is out, that averaged 10.6 last year. So certainly I can see some early struggles for Case until they get her back.
And Katie Smith is ready to attempt her and one free throw. Her first free throw of the day is up and good. BW is up 15 here with 5:10 and ticking in the third quarter. Roth up top. She swings to McCoy, and they're going to get Starr there with a hand check. Just her first foul on the day. Katie Smith with 2 fouls for BW. Janaea Feaster just checked into the game, has 1 foul. Entry pass in, shot is up and good by McCoy. Credit Emily Young on that assist with a nice entry pass to get her teammate an easy bucket. That's Katie Smith from the corner, and she's feeling it. Another 3 from Katie Smith, and she's got the hot hand, and you got to wonder how she's getting these open threes, and it's warm-up jumpers that she's taking.
Yeah, you got to wonder if you're Case why you're still in a 2-3 zone. I mean, you've given up 4 3-pointers to her, 1 to Colombo, so you know something's not working there on the defensive end as Case is still they finally do go man. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make going forward.
So Case Western going man right on cue as BW did what they say you do, shoot them out of the 2-3 as the ball is turned over and into the hands of Hagman. Hagman finds Roth. Bounce pass to Ambergy, who makes a move but turns it over, and Janaea Feaster is pushing for the Yellow Jackets. She kicks to Katie Smith. Thought about a heat check. Drive by Feaster. The pass is into the hands of Emily Young and tipped by Feaster. Finally grabbed by Alex Starr, and she's pushing it. She's got a step. The shot is put up and blocked by Hagman. And we've got Ambergy pushing for Case Western.
It's been some pretty messy basketball on the offensive end.
Very sloppy ball, and that's a nice pass by McCoy. Entry pass up to Kara Hagman, who is working here today for Case Western. That's and 1 for her, making it 48-37 with 3.5 to go in the third quarter. I believe that's 16 points for Kara Hagman here today. Subs for BW.
Yeah, Kara Hagman's done a great job inside, outside. She's done a little bit of everything. She's knocked down a couple threes. She's got inside the paint. She's had a few free throws, so she's really doing a lot for her team right now.
BW with a pair of subs. It will be Fecht in for number 5, the hot hand, Katie Smith, along with number 22, Rachel Homerdorf, who's in for Clara Lemon, number 23. Hagman's free throw is good. Kara Hagman 3 for 3 from the line here today. And BW swinging the ball. Sydney Clark's got the ball. She's looking. She finds Feaster. Feaster's got Homerdorf. She wants a post bucket. It's denied by Hagman. She's such a force there in the paint. Ambergy's driving. She kicks it. Nice move by Hellman. A crossover and the nice left-hand finish. And some offense starting to come about for Case Western here as it's just an 8-point game.
Yeah, they're getting a few shots to fall. They're getting inside. They're getting some fouls called for them. So it's definitely the adjustments that we were talking about at halftime.
Ooh, a nasty jab step by Janaea, and she finished it off with a smooth mid-range jumper and something that she can do so nicely, and that's score off the dribble. And we're seeing some offense here in this second half. That shot is up. 3-point attempt is no good from McCoy. Nice rebound from Fecht, and she's looking to push.
Yeah, BW gave up an open shot there. I'm not sure what happened there defensively.
Air ball by Janaea Feaster, and Hagman's got the rebound, and she's looking to push. She pushes and passes. The attempt for Hellman is blocked, and we've got a sub for Case. Darby Kranberg subs in for Hagman. Colombo in for Feaster for the Yellow Jackets. While we've got a break here, this game is being brought to you by American International. When you require a company with proven performance, rely on American International. Roth drives to the lane and is fouled by Fetch on the play. Roth will be going to the line to shoot her first free throw attempts of the night.
Looks like like Claire Lemon's about to check into the game, get another big body in there to match the interior presence that Case has allowed here in the third quarter.
And Clara Lemon does check in. Alyssa Monroe checks out. Roth misses the first of 2 free throws. 10-point game here with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Roth misses both. It will remain a 10-point game, and Sydney Clark's looking to push. She finds Colombo. Colombo's at the top of the key. She's looking to swing. She's getting pressured by Roth. And we're going to get a hand check on Krienberg.
Switching to that man-to-man defense for Case has certainly allowed them to put a little more pressure on Colombo and the other guards. So I think that's a big adjustment they've made so far here in the second half.
Well, definitely a better look than the 2-3 zone, giving up so many threes, and that pass by Fex is intercepted by McCoy. McCoy pushes to Hellman. Hellman's getting pressure from Colombo. She backs her down, and they're going to get a Colombo with a block underneath the basket. That will be BW's 6th total foul. Make that 5. And Hellman knocks down the first of 2 free throws, where she's 3 of 3 from the line now. Make it 4 for 4, 100% on the day for Hellman. 50-41, BW has the lead here.
Yeah, with Hegman out, getting a quick breather, you got to look for Young or Hellman to step up and make some shots.
And you would definitely like to see BW attack the paint more, as Hagman was such a presence, altering and blocking so many shots when she was in the game. That ball is deflected out by Case Western and is Yellow Jacket ball.
Looks like the officials are discussing. We might have some difference of opinion.
Looks like it will remain Yellow Jackets ball as BW is stacked up, prepared to run the play. While we have a break right now, this game is being brought to you by the Comfort Inn in Middleburg Heights, where your comfort is just a part of the service we provide our guests.
Looks like they moved the shot clock back to 22. Looks like they determined Case did not have possession before it went out of bounds.
So clock resets, the pass is up and no good by Womerdorf, and an 8-point deficit here. Case is threatening to return, and another offensive rebound. Hillary Hellman puts up the second chance bucket and just a 6-point lead now for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it's something we talked about at halftime as BW Coach Hare takes a timeout. You know, they gave up a ton of rebounds, especially on the offensive end in the first half. So you think that Coach Hare can't be satisfied with that lack of box out there.
Yeah, definitely losing the rebound battle here today, and a nice job of converting on the second chance attempts for BW.
Yeah, the rebound battle right now is 37-21. Case has 13 offensive rebounds to BW's 3, 24 defensive rebounds to BW's 18.
So BW coming out of the timeout right now with Colombo, Fecht, Lemon, Clark, and Homeldorf. Case Western comes back out. McCoy, Hellman. It looks like Kara Hagman has checked out into the game, along with Darbin Krienberg. And rounding it off with number 12, Alexis Amberger. Colombo's got the ball on the wing. She's got 7 on the shot clock. She puts up a shot. It did not hit the rim. The second chance point attempt is no good. And Case Western's pushing the ball.
Yeah,
McCoy's got the ball at the top of the key.
Yeah, you look prior to that shot, both teams are shooting 8 of 14 for 57.1% here in the second half. So certainly better than what both teams did in the first.
And another bucket here by Hillary Hellman, and we're starting to see some offense here from this Case Western team. Make that 12 points for Helen here. Fex has the ball at the wing. She's got 6 seconds remaining. She drives, she kicks it, and the shot is up, and it is a air ball. Number 22, Rachel Harmondorf, attempts to hit the three. And at the end of the third quarter, the Yellow Jackets, with only a 4-point lead, 50-46.
Yeah, much better offensive period by Case Western Reserve. They scored 24 points in the period. They gave up 21. That's why Baldwin Wallace still has a lead. But definitely you could see some offensive adjustments made at halftime by Case Western. Another point I think you can make is that the shots are just starting to fall for both teams. You know, both teams struggled offensively shooting the ball. In the first half, BW shot 33%, and Case shot 22%. So certainly much better for both teams here in the second half.
And if you look at the game right now for Kara Hagman, 17 total points. She's got 6 total rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 assists. She's 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 4 from the three-point line, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. So a monster game for her as far as Case.
Yeah, for Baldwin Wallace, you got to look towards Katie Smith, who came out of the gate running here in the second half, going 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And then along with her, Sydney Clark has 10 points. So certainly Baldwin Wallace is going to need someone else to step up here in the fourth quarter if they want to pull this game out.
And definitely going to need to limit the turnovers here. It's 19 turnovers for this Case Western team, only 10 for Baldwin Wallace. And we prepare to kick off this fourth quarter of play. It's 50-46. Your Yellow Jackets are up 4. Colombo at the top of the key. Passes to Lemon, and right as I spoke of, another turnover. And that's a nice transition pass from McCoy to Hagman. And 2 points for Case Western, making it a 2-point game. The pass is to Lemon. Lemon looks to Clark. She fakes the pass, and she drives. She's got the and one with the floater, and you spoke of someone stepping up. It's going to have to be Sydney Clark, if you ask me. I've mentioned her throughout the game. She's such a key component to this Yellow Jacket team, and I believe she's got to have a big fourth quarter if the Yellow Jackets are going to want to pull this win out.
Yeah, absolutely. And she made a great move there by getting deep into the paint. So she was able to capitalize on a shot, and she just connected on the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play. So certainly she's going to have to step up.
So 3 the hard way for Sydney Clark. 1 of 1 on free throws here today, and Case Western has the ball here. That shot is up and no good for Darby Krienberg, and there's a wrestle on the floor for the ball. Case Western have it, and somehow Hellman is able to recover it. The ball's all over the place here, and I believe it is out on BW, and it's going to stay here with Case Western.
Yeah, it looked like Rachel Walmendorf made a nice play to knock that out of bounds there.
So Case Western will inbound the ball.
Looks like Janaea Feaster is going to come back into the game on her next dead ball. She could certainly be another one to give. As Sydney Clark draws an offensive foul, she could certainly be another one to get a spark to this BW offense. And this BW offense, not scared of contact, as that's the 4th offensive foul that they've drawn against Case Western. And as you mentioned, Janaea Feaster checking in for BW. It looks like Emily Young checks in for Case. You got to think BW will go back to Katie Smith here soon. She did have the hot hand early on in the third quarter, so maybe draw something up for her to get another big shot.
And something I also mentioned that BW does so great of doing is moving without the ball. As you can see right now, all the movement that's going on here as Janaea Feaster takes a contested mid-range shot, saved by Sydney Clark, and 9 seconds remaining and counting on that shot clock. It's at 5 now. Colombo gives a hezzy move. She gives a nice pass to Sydney Clark right there on the block. And that's nice drive and a nice dish by Mackenzie Colombo with time expiring on that shot clock. Krenberg with the post fadeaway is graceful, and it drops off the rim. 55-50 BW with 8 minutes and 5 and ticking remaining in the fourth. Janaea Feaster on the corner three is up and good, and that's what you love about her off the bench. Instant offense and energy, and a key three right now, pushing BW up by 8.
Certainly a great kick out by, who was that, Clark, I believe it was?
It was Clark. Clark making it happen in different ways than scoring here, as we just saw her take a charge, a driving kick to her teammate there, and that ball is poked out by Janaea Feaster right into the hands of Mackenzie Colombo. She passes to Clark. Clark's got Feaster. Screen for Katie Smith. She looks and doesn't pass. She throws the cross court to Colombo. Colombo drives, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Roth. And 2 shots for Mackenzie Colombo here today, where she is. These are actually her first free throws on the day, so looking to start the day off right from the free throw line, as I believe we have a timeout by Case. And as we get to the timeout, just looking at some of the top scorers on the floor, you have Kara Hagman with 19 for Case, along with Jessica McCoy with 12 for Case.
Yeah, as far as BW goes, Sydney Clark leads away with 15, or excuse me, Katie Smith leads with 16. Sydney Clark has 15, followed by Janaea Feaster with 11 after that big three. So
definitely seeing a spread in offensive production and big minutes being played here by Case Western. And if you look at it here right now, Kara Hagman has played 28 minutes, 26 for Emily Young, 26 for Alex Roth. Hillary Hellman has played 24. Alexis Ambergy, who just checked out of the game, at 15 minutes. So as we mentioned, big minutes for this Case Western team, who only dressed 9 girls here today.
Yeah, certainly going off that BW, Coach Hare has not played the 12 girls we saw here in the first half, so she's certainly restricted those minutes to some of the more upperclassmen and people with a bigger role.
Definitely going with her core players here as Mackenzie Colombo knocks down her first of 2. She misses the back end of that, so just gets 1 to drop on the free throw attempt. 59-50, the Yellow Jackets are up. Roth kicks it. Young's got pressure from Colombo. McCoy's calling shots at the top of the key. She's got Hagman. Hagman drives right from the post. McCoy's shot is too strong, and the rebound is into the hands of Katie Smith. She finds Janaea Feaster. Extra pass to Sydney Clark in the corner. And the 3 is just off, and Case Western is pushing. Hagman's got the ball against Clark now. She wants the shot. She pump fakes and passes to Young. Young passes to McCoy. Hagman's in the paint. She passes back to McCoy. She's got a step. Layup is up and no good. She gets her own rebound and draws the foul against Clara Lemon, something that we have spoke so much of throughout the game, and more rebounds here for Case Western.
Yeah, absolutely. These are 2 big free throws as we're drawing near to the end of the fourth quarter. I mean, Case has got to make a run if they want to win this ball game.
And a miss on that first free throw from McCoy as Sydney Clark checks out, and number 32, Alex Starr, checks into the game. McCoy ready for her second attempt. And that is good. 59-51, BW is up here. Janaea Feaster has the ball on the wing. She drives. She's got the step, attempts the reverse. It's looking like they're going to get a jump ball, and that's a nice job by help defense. Help defense from Emily Young, and the possession arrows pointing the Case, and they will get the ball back, and definitely a big stop there as they look to get a bucket here, and Emily Young's going to get some pressure from Mackenzie Colombo right away. The kick is to Hellman. She's got McCoy at the top of the key. She finds Hagman. Hagman goes with the pump fake. She drives right, kicks to Emily Young. That ball's deflected by Mackenzie Colombo. The ball is out of bounds, last touch by the Yellow Jackets. So Case will have the ball under the rim with 11 left on the shot clock. Hellman's got the ball on the wing. She's passing to Hagman, deflected by Lemon. Hagman's got 5 seconds left. McCoy shoots a last-second floating three. It's up and good. And what a crucial bucket there for Case Western.
She said a prayer on the way as she shot that one.
A nice prayer and a steal for Case Western as Hagman's pushing, loses control of the ball. Luckily, last touch by the Yellow Jackets, and that's just one of those times you've got to kick to a guard and keep the ball under control if you're Kara Hagman. Alex Starr checks back out of the game, and Sydney Clark into the game for the Jackets.
Yeah, we talk about turnovers being a big part of today's game. Case has 21, BW has 12. But the big thing is Baldwin Wallace has 15 points off those 21 turnovers, so certainly a big part of today's game.
Hellman drives, attempts the shot, but they're going to call the foul on the floor. I believe that is against Janaea Feaster. So Case Western will inbound the ball from underneath the basket. McCoy is the inbounder. She inbounds to Hellman. Hellman drives middle, quick hands by Janaea Feaster on the steal. She's driving right, and she's got a easy lane to the rim. Janaea Feaster finishes for 2 for the Jackets.
That gives her 13 points on the game, as I just mentioned, 2 more points off turnovers.
And Janaea Feaster does such a great job with those quick hands of forcing turnovers off the dribble. Hagman's got the ball in the paint. She's looking to drive, kicks it to McCoy. McCoy swings to Roth. Hellman's at the top, and another steal by Janaea Feaster. Quick hands, and she's such a pest on the defensive end. As Sydney Clark drive, ball fakes. The layup is up and no good. Rebound goes to Roth. Roth kicks it. McCoy passes to Hellman. Hellman takes a contested three. It is no good. Rebound by Colombo, and there will be a loose ball foul against number 22, Jessica McCoy. So with 4:16 remaining in the fourth, 61-54, BW is up.
BW can close it out here with a couple baskets in the next couple possessions. Only 4 minutes left in the game, up 7. They could certainly seal a deal with a couple good possessions.
Mackenzie Colombo passes to Lemon. Lemon gets it to Feaster. Feaster wants Clark in the post, and they're going to get, it looks like they're going to get Jessica McCoy again on the foul, and BW's at the line here. I believe they called that one on Alex Roth, that will be her fourth foul. Hillary Hellman has 4 fouls, Emily Young 3. As Sydney Clark sinks that first free throw. Here's the back end of the free throw for the 5'9" guard out of Parma is good. That makes her 4 for 4 on the day from the charity stripe. Emily Young advances the ball for Case. She drives left. Hagman wants to drive. That shot is up and good as Heyman scores off the dribble.
That gives her 21 on the day. She's had a great game.
Yeah, definitely a all-around game for Kara Hagman. Katie Smith passes to Feaster. Colombo's directing the offense from the wing position. Clark drives. She's got Lemon on the block. Lemon passes it back out to Clark. There's 6 left on the clock. Janaea Feaster's got a wing 3. It's no good, but rebound by Katie Smith, who kicks it back to Feaster. No good on the layup. Rebound by Hellman, and Hellman advances it to Young, who's going to slow it down and run the offense. That ball is swung to the corner, and it's no good by number 22, Jessica McCoy. Mackenzie Colombo's looking to push as she slows it down here with a little bit under 3 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. BW is up 63 to 56.
Certainly BW is going to try to use as much clock and try to get a good of a shot as they can here late in the game.
And that's a pretty good shot if you ask me. Sydney Clark gets the step and goes up. Nice layup there and a timely bucket for the Jackets as Hagman's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a few. Hagman on the day, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And timeout from BW with 2:30 remaining. BW is up 65-56. And a reminder, today's Yellow Jackets basketball is being brought to you by the Courtyard by Marriott and Town Place Suites in Middleburg Heights. Have you stayed at a Marriott today? And just looking at some quick stats while we're at halftime, not halftime, a timeout, excuse me. Sydney Clark with 19 points, shooting 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. For Case Western, Kara Hagman, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 4 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. She's got 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 21 points. As we mentioned, definitely filling it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And going along with her, we got the freshman Hillary Hellman. She's got a double-double with 12 points and 10 boards. So certainly giving Case a big production here in the fourth quarter and really throughout the game. That's something that Case Western will need going forward with only playing 7, maybe 8 girls at a time.
And as we come out of this timeout right now with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, Kara Hagman will be at the free throw line, where, as I mentioned, she is 3 for 3 on the day. BW comes back out with Clark, Smith, Lemon, Feaster, and Colombo. Case Western back out with Young, McCoy, Hagman, Hellman, and Roth. Her first free throw is up and good. Kara Hagman make that 22 for her and keeping it 100% from the free throw line. And there's that broadcaster's courtesy, misses the back end of that set of free throws, so it's 65-57. BW is up here with 2:20 and ticking remaining in the final quarter, and Case is looking to trap here. They're putting the pressure on BW, and they're doing a great job of moving the ball. Sydney Clark's got the ball at the top of the key. She kicks it to Katie Smith. 7's remaining on the shot clock as Janaea Feaster's operating. She drives, and that's a nice drive by Janaea Feaster, who takes it to the cup. And another timely bucket by the senior guard out of Archbishop Hoban. The kicks to Hagman. She drives, crosses over. She kicks it out to Young. Young looks for Hagman in the post. Hagman backs down, and a nice post move on Clara Littman as Hagman is having a great day today. Make that 23 for her.
Yeah, she's had a big game, inside, outside. She's a really versatile player. So look for her to have continue this down the road with her season.
Block on Hillary Hellman on the double team attempt, and I believe that will be the end of her day. And
that's what it looks like.
I'm not sure if we're going to get a timeout from. Okay, here we go. That will be the end of her day. In for her, number 12, Alexis Amberger, the freshman guard out of Ada, Ohio. And Janaea Feaster will be at the line shooting 2.
Really good day for the freshman. I think if you're Case Western, you have to be happy. I mean, you get 12 points, 10 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the line. She didn't shoot the ball that well, but she was your third leading scorer. And early on in the season, when you're playing 7 girls, I think you're certainly happy if you're the coach for Case Western.
And definitely made her presence known on the glass. As you mentioned, 10 rebounds. And part of a great rebounding effort here for today for Case Western. As McCoy drives, that layup is up and no good. Rebound, Lemon, and she kicks it to Katie Smith, and Case Western's coming with full court pressure. Colombo breaks the pressure. She's looking to drive, getting a double team as McCoy is playing some aggressive defense, and they're going to get her on the reach. I believe that is her fourth foul. Mackenzie Colombo goes to the line where she is 2 for 2. Sinks the first one, making the lead 69-59. BW is up 10. And she sinks the back end, remaining at 100% on the day. And McCoy is advancing the ball with just a little under a minute remaining on the clock here in the final quarter. Hageman's looking for a post move. Colombo comes through with the defense. Ambergy drives. The floater is up and good for Ambergy. And BW can look to eat up some clock on this possession here as Sydney Clark breaks the press. Drive by Colombo. She gets it out to Janaea Feaster, and we're going to get Jessica McCoy on another block. That will be her fourth here today. And Janaea Feaster going to the line for her second time today. Her first shot is up and good, so 10-point lead again here for BW with 28.6 remaining in this final quarter, and what could be starting off their season with a win over Case Western Reserve. And a great showing here from both teams in the second half, definitely improving on what they did in the first half. Is a beautiful pass from McCoy to Hageman. She gets the bucket and the foul. Mackenzie Colombo tries to come over and isn't over in time enough to draw the charge. So Kara Hageman will go to the line where she is 5 of 6.
Barring anything crazy, I think BW can say they're going to come out with the one here. There's the announcer curse again as BW just turns it over. So 14 and a half seconds left. Looks like Case is going to call timeout here. Case is down 9 with 14 seconds left. I think it's all but over.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 14 and a half seconds remaining here in this game. And as I mentioned, great second half performances from both teams going into halftime. We were both talking about how both teams needed to step it up offensively and the great defense that was being played. And then coming out of halftime, two completely different teams offensively, as they both were able to put the ball in the rim sufficiently, efficiently, and the defense wasn't looking as hot as it was looking in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the deciding factor was Katie Smith there early in the third quarter. She certainly sparked Baldwin Wallace early on in the second half, and she gave him a big boost with 3 threes. She has 16 points on the day, so certainly she's been someone that BW can rely upon going forward.
So big numbers for some of these starters for BW. 19 for Sydney Clark, 16 for Katie Smith, 18 for Janaea Feaster, and for Case Western on the floor, 26 from Kara Hageman, along with 16 from Jessica McCoy, 5 points from Alexis Ambergy, along with that 12 points that was added by Hillary Hellman, who fouled out with just under 2 minutes remaining. So Case Western will inbound the ball here, 14 and a half remaining. They try to go to Hageman. Great defense there by Sydney Clark, and we're going to get a jump ball as the ball was tipped to Clara Lemon, and the possession arrow is in BW's favor. So Sydney Clark will inbound here with 10.7 remaining, and BW's got a 9-point lead here. And they'll just be able to dribble the clock out as Mackenzie Colombo breaks the press. And BW will dribble out a win here as the final score here on BW women's basketball home opener, 72-63 in favor of your Yellow Jackets. And we will get with you in a second on some final stats, but just final remarks. How you feel BW played here today, Cooper?
I mean, I think on both sides of the ball, they played pretty well. I mean, you had your top scorers, Sydney Clark with 19, Katie Smith with 16, and Janae Feaster with 18. Coming out of last year, you know, you lose Audrey Smolik and Sherry Mangus to graduation. Coach Hare needed someone to fill in those roles, so I think she found out who those people would be. I mean, you look at Mackenzie Colombo only had 6 points, and they were able to win by 9. So I think going forward, you know, you're going to get production out of her. But as far as the other girls go, you know, it's big to get almost 20 points out of 3 players.
Yeah, always big, and a great job of their leaders in stepping up, as I mentioned, in other ways than just scoring the ball. Janaea Feaster with her defense, Sydney Clark and Mackenzie Colombo, the way they were able to distribute the ball in the second half. So I think good all-around play from the leaders here for BW. And as far as Case Western, great play on the boards by Kara Hagman along with Hillary Hellman, who both had great showings on the board. And I believe they won the total rebound battle 46-30. And
16 offensive rebounds to BW 6. So certainly that's something BW has to work on going forward. But as far as Case goes, I think, Kara Hagman played an excellent game. Inside, outside, she hit 4 threes. She got to the line. She finished around the rim. I mean, you can't ask for much more from a player. Jess McCoy had 16 points, along with Hillary Hellman's double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds. I think that the big thing for Case was they just didn't have the players that the number of players that BW had. I mean, you look, Baldwin Wallace played 12 girls, and Case only played 7. So it certainly wears you out when 5 players are playing at least 30 minutes a game. So I think when they get Laura Mummy back from that injured left foot, she added 10.6 points a game last year. So I think you'll definitely get some production out of her, which will definitely be big for them going forward. But until that time, they're going to have to find a fourth scorer.
So that will about do it for women's basketball action here today. We will be with you for the men's basketball game here. I will be joined by my partner, Dario. But for me and Cooper Moretz, we're going to say goodbye right now, and we'll see you for the men's basketball.
Have a great night, everyone.